Hi everybody, welcome back. Another technical demo around the Quarkus application. This video is the second part of path to enable caching data from Springboot to Quarkus application. My name is Daniel O. I'm working for Red Hat as a technical marketing major. In this video, showcase how to migrate existing Spring Boot application and running on top of the Quarkus. If you don't have any chance to watch the first video, please make sure to watch it for that before you go through this video, because in the first video you can learn how to develop a microservice based on Spring Boot and enable Spring Cache to get more high performance microservice application. And then we're gonna use the same application in this demo as well. All right, let's get started. So first thing, we're gonna go to code.quarkus.io, just like a Spring initializer, and then we're gonna change the group name, artifact name, and a build to whatever you need. So in this case, we're gonna use spring-quarkus.cache as an artifact ID, and then we're gonna add some extension, aka some capability at your Java project. So in order to add cache capability, we're gonna add a Spring Cache API and Spring DI API and also Spring Web API. These are all API is Quarkus provide as a part of the Spring compatibility. But Quarkus does not provide all Spring ecosystem or API, just specific API. So in this case, we're gonna use three compatibility API: Spring Cache, Spring DI, Spring Web, because three components already using in existing Spring Boot application. Once you're done, we're gonna download and extract that thing, the G file, and then we're gonna open this Maven project based on any IDE tool. So in my case, I just open my VS Code, and this project already includes the existing Spring Boot application we already went through in our first demo. So let's take a look at that very quickly for some people who missed it, the first demo video. So we have MVC pattern, the directory like a config, controller, model, service, and I'll just change the directory and let's try to run Spring Boot application using Maven plugin. It takes around just a few seconds to start up. Okay, we just start up Spring Boot application properly. I'm going to split the terminal and let's try to invoke the endpoint like a 88.1 port, and the weather is an endpoint and the parameter city is a Boston. So it takes around 6 seconds, just like we did in the first demo, because we don't use the cache, but just after the second time we just get that data from cache, which means the last time almost 0 time. So it's totally working. Okay, let's go to this Quarkus project, based on Maven, splitting that Quarkus-cache, just make sure the necessary the extension already pulled on my Maven project, Spring Cache, DI, and Web. All right, this is the already generated sample application endpoint hello, but you can see here the REST controller and a recast mapping annotation based on Spring DI and Web compatibility API. So let's try to run this application using Maven command line based on the Quarkus dev mode. So this is one of the beauty of the Quarkus to increase the developer productivity. Just the Quarkus is just a run, just around 1 second, and let's try to access the 8080 port, the hello. You got the return code hello, just like we expected. Okay, let's change the code. And actually, in this case, we're gonna migrate the existing Spring Boot application into Quarkus. Just copy three Java file and directory, controller, service, and the model. So let's try to tweak just minor thing. So during the generation, there are some change the package path. So just to make sure the right package path on my project, and I'm gonna delete the cache because I'm not gonna using cache capability when I run this application for the first time, and then I'm gonna enable the cache capability. So I just change the right path of the package name, and I'm gonna comment the cacheable annotation at this moment. And then I'm gonna leave the other old code without any change. So let's try to call the new endpoint the weather. But here is a really good thing for Quarkus. I don't even uh, stop or rebuild, repackage, and redeploy my application. Quarkus make it happen all wired for me. And then I try to re-invoke the endpoint, and then I got the same result, but the same result, and but still it takes around 6 seconds. So let's try to enable, but in the Springboot application, I need to create enable caching the component being filed, but in Quarkus, you don't need to do that because Quarkus auto-wire that thing based on cache extension. So you can see here cache extension already enabled on your Quarkus in runtime. And now I'm going to go to just service file of the Java class, and I just uncomment cacheable, and then just re-invoke endpoint without rebuild, repackaging, and redeploy my Quarkus application. Actually, this is Spring Boot application manually because Quarkus make it happen for me. And then you gotta the new time, less time, just 0 time, which means the cache is available. But in the meantime, behind the scene, I don't even need to rebuild, repackage, and redeploy my Spring Boot application when I enable the cache on my Spring Boot application and running on top of the Quarkus. That is really good benefit of Quarkus. So why you need to consider import using Spring Boot on top of the Quarkus. Let's try to access the other same endpoint, but with the different parameter, like a days in future string. And then now you can see from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, which means for next 3 days forecast the weather information. All right, it's really good. So I don't even change any specific code, but just rewrite the package path, and also I just remove the configuration Java class. And during that time, I don't even rebuild, repackage this application. This is really good for me and developer. And now I'm gonna make a native comparison on top of the Quarkus, but still this is Spring Boot application. Why would I do that? Because just imagine your Spring Boot application can be deployed on multiple Kubernetes or single Kubernetes with the scalability or a speed. In this case, you need to maybe small memory footprint and very fast startup time would be perfectly fantastic. Your resource saving, code saving, and resource management. So in order to that, Quarkus allows the developer to compile native executable file on top of the Quarkus framework. But you still using Spring Boot application, but you don't worry about to enable or implement reflection. Really hard to make a native compilation using Java technology, and also they are really hard to enable some OpenJDK integration like a Spring Boot application. But Quarkus auto-wires for you, I mean developer, so you just need to Maven plugin to make native compilation using -p native profile. Okay, we just finished, and let's check it up. The executable file is under target directory, and then we just run that native compo or native executable. You don't need to JVM any longer, but still you got the same feature, CDI and cache and REST easy, etc. Just run it, and you just need to 22 milliseconds, and so it's super fast because we took a couple of seconds to start up, but now you have a 22 millisecond. And then we just make sure the functionality, try to access the endpoint. At this moment, we're gonna want to have the forecast weather information from Seoul, and then we have a same result, and also the cache is capability definitely enabled in my application. So this is a really cool reasons why we needed to migrate from Quarkus application into the Spring Boot application into Quarkus. That's really cool stuff, the application. And one more thing, the native compilation is one of the benefit of Quarkus. If you Spring Boot application and running on top of the Quarkus. So in this video, we learned about how to migrate existing Spring Boot application and enable cache API on top of the Quarkus. But just one thing you should know that the Quarkus doesn't provide all Spring API compatibility. Also, there are some restrictions when you even using Spring API compatibility. For example, here is a Spring Web Application to JAX-RS annotation. So some annotation can be changed based on JAX-RS, but some annotation does not. So in order to avoid this kind of restriction, we can develop same features, same functionality on top of the Quarkus with the Quarkus extension without any Spring API compatibility. Let's try, I'm gonna show you that thing, how to create the same application but running on Quarkus without Spring compatibility in the next demo. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe my YouTube channel. There are a lot of practical example and demo. Thank you for watching again and have a good rest of the day.